Name's Eric Zanzik. I'm in Rustburg. For my comments, I wanted to thank staff for all the hard work during budget season. Everyone here, I know it's really hard to pull all the different pieces together and work for a long time on that, and then get feedback and need to make changes later on. It's a long process, and I know it's a hard season for you guys. So appreciate all your work on that. Also want to thank the supervisors on the board that have made us aware of the reassessment process, and then this public forum for the budget, and also proactively offered their opinions on the way forward. Supervisor Carwile, he posted a really long and helpful video on the whole process, and that was just unexpected and really helpful. And Supervisor Klein always has emails going out, and also had that about this process as well. And that was both really helpful sources of information from both of you two. So thank you for that, especially for proactively offering your opinions. I think that's really helpful to see where you guys stand on those issues. I wanted to reiterate some of Mr. Behringer's points about the unfortunate timing of the reassessment, and that it is such a inflated market value right now for housing. And then obviously the assessment is well beyond any kind of growth in values that we've seen over the last few years. I think that those combined factors, we definitely need to look at the current real estate tax rate to mitigate some of the impact to the residents. I've been thinking about it, and I know that there's one thing for sure, is that if we had the assessment when all property values were rock bottom, low part in the market, this conversation would all be about how much do we need to raise the tax rate to mitigate, to get equal level of revenue coming in. That's just the natural discussion that would happen to make up for that loss in revenue. Since we are in the opposite situation, we do need to look at how much can we lower the rate to help mitigate the impact. So there has been a suggestion that we need to make, or that we should consider making exceptions for certain people within the county, and that mitigating the financial impact should only apply to them. And I just think that's the wrong direction. Creating carve-out exceptions and different rules for different people just adds layers of bureaucratic complexity and political favoritism for the current composition of supervisors. So I just think that's the wrong direction there. And if an effective increase in taxes is unacceptable for some people, other people are also going to have reasons why they deserve an exception. So policies and tax rates should apply equally to everyone, and we should not be just granting favors to people that we prefer. So I think it should be looked at too. If we are going to keep this assessment, I think it should be an option to be considered, or should we throw out this assessment entirely? But if we are going to keep it, we definitely need to look at equalizing the rate to a revenue neutral position. Had a hard time really getting confirmation on where what the average percentage was going to be, and what the rate would, the tax rate per $100 of assessed value would be. But it would speak really highly of our local representatives if during this difficult economic time, and where we're facing all this inflation and all the costs are rising for pretty much everything, that we actually had a little bit of tax relief, and that you guys found a way to get us a little bit of relief there. That would be really nice, but I know it's not always possible. But at most, if current expenses and our current budget position demanded that we had to have a more than usual bump in that revenue line item, I don't see that there could be any reason to go beyond like a 5% level. So it needs to be dropped down significantly to even get to that level. We know one thing for sure, though, is if we are going to keep this assessment, that refusing to adjust the tax rate to offset these inflated values is, for all residents, is simply an untenable position. And that should not even be part of the discussion. So I am grateful, though, that we have supervisors on this board who recognize that. And I also wanted to just thank you for allowing us to participate in the conversation. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Zanzik.